Hit him. Touchdown, Debo in the slot. This is my end zone. Give me everything you got. Defense, hit him with that Cosa Nostra. Quan Alexander, this dance, Nick Bosa. 49er Empire, 49er Empire. This is for the fan base, die hard, set by. Stand up, 4-9 to the heart, J.E. Paul Lord back in Candlestick Park.
He's talking about how he wants to talk to them 12s. He says, I got to talk to the 12s. Because they've lost 3 games there this year. Right? I've literally seen on Twitter today multiple instances of Seahawks fans saying, well, we're better on the road anyways. So what if we
I've heard that too.
You tell us you want to go on the road to the playoffs?
Oh, Hawks fans, stop it.
Are you listening? Damn.
Ronbo Sports here, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide, New Zealand, Australia, UK, Germany, France, Mexico, South America, and all across the USA, from Hawaii all the way to the Eastern Seaboard, New York, Atlanta. B.A., what's up? Oh, and my Samoan brothers and sisters, Oos. 49er football, it just never sleeps. This planet is ours. And fam, remember the beginning of the season, right? 13-3, we got Jimmy G. And I was talking about, oh man, I know y'all, but let's chill nothing. We should be 15-1. With lots of fun. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's beat our butt this year. What team has just beat us up? Every game we've lost, and a few games we've won. Took 4 quarters of football to do it. I don't see that trend ending anytime soon either. But it is the things that, well, we'll talk about that in a moment. I want to give you the good news if you've not heard. It seems C.J. Beathard's family, which was hugely impacted by the nonsense that took place at that Nashville, Tennessee bar, they've got a suspect detained. Nashville Metro Police have one Mike Mosley in custody, and he seems to be the alleged killer of Clay Beathard. And I say apparently Clay Beathard's friend as well. So this guy's going to get brought down on some serious counts. Yeah, here's the thing about this guy. Mosley has been in trouble for this before. In 2015, he stabbed a guy and cut a lady as well. See how bad this guy really is. I don't want to get too much in this, but the thing is, here's a dude that while he was being incarcerated, he's filling up a shampoo bottle with urine, and the dude's actually spraying it on other inmates. It's a sick individual. He's gonna get his, you know what? If he gets punished to the max and in Tennessee, there's no telling what that is. I don't care. Here's the thing, fam. When you kill someone, you don't only just take them out. The Beathard family's never going to be the same because of his one stupid act. Anyway, hey, you know what? Let's move on. There is some good news. Other than that was that good news. I mean, it was just to inform you in case you didn't know. Regarding with the 49ers, our biggest deal now is about injuries. No, it has nothing to do with the coaching staff. To some degree, I guess it does. But, you know, the 49ers need to get some people back. And that goes for any team in the NFL. When you got people missing, no matter what, you've got to struggle through it. Unless, wait a minute, I will say, Mike Tomlinson in Pittsburgh is amazing. I will give him credit. But every other team that's been depleted with injuries has gone down the tubes. You look at even the wild card teams and also the Eagles for that matter. They're in real trouble, and you know they're a better team than that. But we got Kwaski T coming back. And this makes a large difference because in the secondary, there's been communication issues. We've seen it pretty much ever since Kwaski went out. I mean, Marcel Harris, hey man, Marcel, hats off to you, bro. You've been doing a great job. You really have. The thing is, he needs to gain an experience, and he needs to be able to work with that secondary in order to be able to get the communication skills that Kowalski T brings to the table. And also, we got a guy named Anthony Zattel. Now, I'm hearing mixed reports about him, but I've heard anything bad. Matt Patricia let him go out of Detroit. Only because, as Patricia was quoted saying, we can't keep everybody. Now, somebody said, I got a clip. Coach, thanks for that clip, too. Some people are saying, Zattel's got a motor that just won't stop. They've gone as far as to call him Nick Bosa Light. What? Another says, this guy can get it done. Everybody says he's got high energy, he keeps coming. This could be a key factor. If you're crazy out there, Lavalawaka was doing a good job, but he wasn't quite having an impact. So maybe this guy Zattel can do that. Until D Ford gets back, we need somebody over there that can at least make some noise. So, because I don't want Eric Armstead out there any more than necessary. Eric Armstead does his best work from the middle of the field. Him and DeForest Buckner can tear up. So, especially on passing downs. So I got a rotation going now. I don't have Armstead out there all the time. Maybe even Buck with Contavious Street back. Maybe we give me a Buck a couple of plays off as well. But give those guys a break. This is a thing. You've overspent that defensive front. Nick Bosa's not getting tired, but I think Shannon's going to find a way to get him some rest as well. But Nick's out there playing. Nick's playing any position he wants now on that line. So I like to see him line up next to Zattel one time and see two guys coming at from the same side. Because Nick is going to work the same guys that you put in to replace Dwayne Brown, as did Chandler Jones this last weekend when the Cardinals upset, beat up, demolished, and totally annihilated the Hawks in their own house. Shout out to the Seahawks 12s. Y'all better go. Maybe you should call you guys the 11s. I really love it. That's what I'm saying. We may have things covered for this weekend, and we get D back in the playoffs, and once again, that rotation is fresh, hot, and killing. Just in time, because quite frankly, fam, I don't see any team in the playoffs, if we're at full strength, there is no team in the NFC that can actually deal with the 49ers other than Drew Brees. So we can deal with the Packers. Don't even talk to me about the Cowboys and Eagles. The Hawks, please. So you see, that's why I see good things ahead, and we ain't got no problems. When you compare our issues as far as defensively with the Hawks, now, as I mentioned, Dwayne Brown is gone, and the center's a rookie. It was funny because Pete Carroll was asked, what gives you optimism that Seattle's front five will be improved in the face of the 49ers come Sunday night? You know what Carroll said? Carroll actually said, quote, well, I don't know. We're just going to try to scrap it together the best we can. I don't know. We've just got to figure it out. I hope we can make it. Unquote. I love to see the Hawks looking vulnerable. Looking like we had to go out. What'd you do, Pete? You went out and got Marshawn, Beast Mode Lynch? Brought his boy Turbin in with him? Bam. You know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like a desperate move for having sold too many tickets at high prices, and you better do something quick. Or some of the people come back and say, look, man, I got to have a refund, man. Y'all can't do nothing with the 49ers, man. Y'all got ran off the field from the Cardinals. What do you think's going to happen this weekend? I can watch that at home. This is so much fun. Man, I got a theory. Marshawn's not going to help them. He may do something, but nothing dramatic. He's not. Game conditioning is something that takes place over a period of time. You can't just come in after 14 months off, a couple of weeks of intense training, and just go in and look like Beast Mode 2013. Come on, man. So, I don't know about Turbin. Turbin played last year a little bit, but, you know, I still don't see them having a huge impact. When they lost Carson, I mean, he was going to worry me, because that boy he's tough. But here's the thing. My theory is this. The Hawks know they're dead meat. And as I say, what they're doing in order to get people to come and watch the game is what they did, okay? So I got a feeling he's going to continue to try to throw screens and get his guys out in the open and see what he can do. Problem is, if Russie is contained, as was by the Cardinals, keeping him under pressure all game long, he can't throw the ball downfield. You've pretty much nullified, neutralized anything he was going to do to you. So, but my theory is this. They go ahead, not intentionally, but they don't go out there all for it. So there's nothing Carroll can do to get his guys to calm down, and I'm sure he'll accept it if they win. But I don't think they're going to be their heart's not going to be in it as much to beat the 49ers. Why? Because they have a better chance of being the wild card and dealing with the Cowboys or the Eagles in the first round. Because if they win this weekend, they don't get a bye. They're 12-4. That'll go to the Saints or Green Bay. So they'll still have to play. And they'll have to end up playing the wrong team, whomever that is, other than any team that's not called the Eagles or Cowboys is going to beat them to a pulp in 2 weeks. So I understand Jadeveon Clowney is going to try to struggle back out there on the field, but is that going to be enough? And I got a feeling Joe Stanley will be waiting for Jadeveon this time, and he's been hurt. So he's not going to be the same Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know what's going on with Ziggy. I don't care. All I know is the 49ers have got this because we got George Kittle back, and he's bringing along his buddy, E-Man Sanders. So I'm not really worried about them. So could they take their chances as a wild card team and be better off for it? Maybe give them some time to heal up, go out and find some other players like they're so good at doing between now and round 2, because I'm pretty sure, I'm not. I don't know that the Seahawks can exactly beat anybody right now. So, this is going to be all academic after this weekend for them, I got a feeling. I want to ask you a few questions about that, too. And you know where I'm going, right? Let me go to Seattle, where Alex is holding a party this weekend that you ought to know about, and we're going to talk some football as well. Let's get on over and check you out. Alex. We wish you a 49er Christmas. We wish you a 49er Christmas.
I'm not going to sing, but I like it.
Happy holidays, Alex. You know we do every time we play the Hawks, we go get Alex. Alex.
Come on, you fly up to Seattle. You come all the way here just for me, Ronbo. I love it.
That, man. The thing is, last time I was in Seattle, I froze it was in October, and I was down by the Fisherman's Wharf area, because I was wanting to, and the guy did throw me a fish, too. I loved it, because I begged him, dude, you got to throw me the fish. He threw me the fish. I made it.
Did you catch it?
I made it. He threw a good shot, though, too.
It was a video of this? You got to put this up.
I did. When I did it, it was one of those things where I just did it. I didn't think about it, right? It was, the thing is smelly and everything. They had to be towels who were laughing. Right. Dude, you wanted it.
That smell wasn't fish. That was Seahawks fans, Ronbo. Got him.
Oh, Alex, man. You know what? Okay, the Niners, they've been rolling the wrong clutches, man. I mean, the Niners got like a hotline at AAA, man. They're rolling down the road, and things are falling off, things are breaking. But Alex, this machine keeps rolling, man. The big 49er machine. Alex, what can you attribute this to? I mean, because we haven't seen this kind of thing in San Francisco for a long time. What is going on with this team?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. Obviously, the depth is a lot better now.
Yeah.
We've started to see, unfortunately, it's not as deep as it was at the start of the season, notwithstanding that embarrassing loss to the Falcons. The other losses on the season have come, I guess all of them have come at the buzzer.
Yeah.
But the other two specifically came against playoff caliber teams, against, the MVP favorite and the half season MVP favorite, respectively.
Yeah.
So, there's no shame in any of that. And I said it the last time we were on, and unfortunately that was before one of those losses.
Yeah.
That I, at the time, I thought we were the best team in football. If I were to update it a little bit, maybe we're 2, maybe we're 3, but I still think we got a chance to get a little bit healthier, keep grinding. And Kyle Shanahan is just coaching out of his skull right now. Sure. There are a couple things that people want to nitpick. Should you go for it here? Should you have done this? Whatever. I get all of that, but we know that despite the big moments that you think about in a game, and you go, man, if we did that one thing differently, the full game is more than that. And if you just look at the whole body of work all season long, Kyle Shanahan and his coaching staff, give respect to Robert Saleh and his defensive staff as well. The job that they've done, when everybody was healthy all the way to now with guys being hurt, they're finding a way to get things done. Maybe the sacks aren't coming as much, but look at all the pressure we had in the last game. If people think that we didn't have pressure, then they weren't watching the game.
Yeah.
So look, I don't know what to say except this is like I'm out of my school. Look, we're going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs, man. Like it's happening.
It sure is.
And I bought playoff tickets, by the way. So if we host a wild card or a divisional round game, I'll be in the house. And if not, then me and my boys and girls up here in Seattle will watch together. And we're gonna root them all the way through, man. I think we got a chance to make some noise.
And you're noticing Alex wearing a shirt that exactly is what he's talking about. Alex, tell those folks that have the people in the area that don't know about Alex and his crew, which is a huge crew. You need to know, Alex. Run it down, man. How do you get in contact with you if you're in Seattle there?
Oh man, anytime anybody's coming up, and of course this particular week on the schedule is when Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I'm getting all kinds of messages from people asking about our events and how to get in contact with us. But you can find us on Twitter at Seattle Faithful, Instagram at Seattle Faithful, Facebook, Seattle Niners Faithful. There's a public page and a private group. The private group's for us yuckleheads that live up here, but the public page, give it a like. We've got all the rundown of everything going on this weekend up there. We're going to have the 49ers are hosting an invasion rally Saturday morning.
All right.
And then all of us are going to trek on down to SeaTac Airport, and we're going to line up the streets and do our annual airport greeting, where we welcome the team as the buses come out. They get off their charter plane, they drive by, we hoot and holler and scream and try to feed them with that little tiny bit of energy to help put them over the edge. And this is going to be the year it's going to happen, by the way.
And they film it. So if you can't really picture what Alex talked about, go to the website. He's got footage of the guys. The streets are just lined with red. You never know they were in Seattle, and they're cheering on the guys. The guys are waving back at them up from the bus. It's awesome.
It's going to be great. Yeah, the players are they've got their phones out and they put stuff on social media. John Lynch has tweeted at us. Their director of PR has hit me up before to hey, just want to make sure you guys are still going to be out there. Everyone's talking about it. They want
I love it.
And this has become a thing. I love it. It's our little unique thing that we do up here that I know the players look forward to every year. And like I said, I think this is the year that we're just going to give them that final oomph to get them over the top. And then Saturday night, we have a big Empire meet and greet, so anybody coming to town can join us. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a big pregame party. It's several blocks down the street from the stadium. It's less than a mile south of the stadium. And people can come hang out, get some food, get some drink. If you're going to the game, go have fun. If you don't have tickets, hang out with us and watch the game. We're going to have it on a big projector, and we're going to keep partying all night long.
And here's the thing. It's before and after. And this time, there's a 3-point. Understand that Vegas is cautiously, they're going to have to move up on that because a betting line is going to have to be pretty much moving between now and the end of the week. But it's a 3-point spread, 49ers plus 3. That could shift. So there's going to be, and we're going to get, I tell you what, Alex, I first want to know though, you've already bought your tickets for the playoffs. Is Jimmy G, we've seen a lot from him, he looks like his heart pumps ice water. Is Jimmy G going to be somebody you're going to be relying on if we do get to the Super Bowl? Is this not going to be too big a thing for him? Is he ready for this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, I make this comparison sometimes, and usually when I do, people's eyebrows kind of go up. Jimmy G, not in a hole, so just let me finish this. Reminds me a little bit of Brett Favre, not in the total gunslinger way, but if you remember, Brett Favre retired having the record for most touchdown passes and most interceptions in his career. And while Jimmy's a little bit in the black on the touchdown side, he reminds me of Favre because Favre would go out there, he'd try to force a ball through a window, or he'd miss some guy in coverage, or whatever it was, trying to making a play happen with his arm, throw a pick. But you knew if there was time on the clock and he got back on the field, he probably wasn't going to make that mistake again. He was probably going to drive down and win a game. And we've seen this from Jimmy all year long.
Time and time again.
I mean, look, he went through a nice little stretch there. I think it was 4 or 5 games without throwing one of those Jimmy picks, as people have been calling it. One of those.
That's a good name for him too.
Lapses. Yeah, one of those lapses in judgment picks, right, where he just didn't see a guy. He went through a stretch of not doing that. He did it here this last week, but then what happened? Come back, get 2 times with 3rd and 16. And yeah, I know they had terrible coverage on one of those, but so what? The guy had someone in his face about to send him to the moon, man. I mean, he was about to get blown up, and he sat there in the pocket, took the hit, got the ball downfield 2 different times on 3rd and 16, drove all the way down, got it set up for Robbie Gould to kick that game-winning field goal. Yes, if you don't think Jimmy G can get it done, you're telling on yourself.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, because I've defended them all the time, and I have no shame about it anymore. I used to back off because I thought the masses were like against me on that, but no, there's lots of us out here that do trust and believe in Jimmy G and don't think there's any moment. In fact, the larger the moment, the more he seems to rise to the occasion. And I'm starting to see that more and more, so I'm trusting him all the way from here on. I do love the way Kyle Shanahan he'll dial up any play. He believes in Jimmy. And this is that year we should have went through last year when he got his seasoning, because he's, as I've always called him, he's just pretty much a rookie that never got a whole year starting. He's gotten his whole year in. And Alex, as fun as this year is, we have got so much to look forward to for the next 3 or 4 seasons. He's going to get better. He's going to get better.
I'm on the same page.
God, yes.
I agree. Yeah, I think you're totally hitting it on the head there, because this is his first full season getting all the way through, and maybe we'll say his second season is going to be about the 3-4 games we're going to be playing here in a few weeks.
Yes,
so
indeed.
Now he's all primed up. Yes, he made that one little mistake this last week, but other than that, he's been pretty darn good for the better part of a month and a half. So I'm just saying. I think, look, I don't. Is the guy the second coming to Joe Montana? Probably not. But he doesn't have to be.
No,
right?
He can be himself. Just be the best himself he can be.
Garoppolo.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
And I have all the faith in the world in him. I really do. And look, you get guys like Mostert going.
Ooh.
You get this guy, George Kittle back. Hey, you heard the Seahawks talking about bringing in Marshawn Lynch, right? You heard about that?
In fact, I did.
Marshawn Lynch loves Skittles. And I saw a buddy of mine on Facebook today, Seahawks fan. He posted this meme, and it was CenturyLink Field, and it was like the bat signal, but it was a Skittle signal, okay, going up. And my reply was, there was another Skittle missing from the last game, and that Skittle is going to be in town.
Yes.
And Sanders is going to be healthy. Mm-hmm. Juice is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line is, we'll see.
But don't leave Robbie Gould out, because the fact is we lost that game due to the fact that
that's right.
The kid that moment was way too big for him. He just freaked out. So yeah.
So look, I'm just saying that this guy, especially right here, okay, that's the one right there. That they don't want to see this guy.
Nah, they don't want anything. Nobody wants
it. And hey, look, and they're going to complain when we curb stomp them about how injured they were. And just remember how injured we were the last time we played them. So it doesn't matter. This is the NFL. There's injury.
It's right. We've come full circle on this. It's their turn to see if they can endure what we had to endure. And we almost still won the game. So, we've always been a better team than they've been, man. Alex, for this year, we've always been better. Yeah.
I mean, look, they rode 8-9 weeks of Russell Wilson playing out of his skull. Absolutely MVP level football. Since then, he hasn't played that well. Their offense hasn't been that good, but they've still continued to. The Rams missed a field goal to beat them. Yeah. We missed a field goal to beat them. Yeah. The Falcons darn near took it to them. Yeah. So, look, I'm just saying that they've had their time. Their time is up.
That's it.
I'm tired of it. This time next year, every time I come on your show, when we play them in Seattle, Ronbo, I'm going to talk about how we haven't beat them up here, okay? This time next year, I'm coming on and I'm saying we're doing a winning streak.
There you go. And that was going to be my question. Is a Clink mystique, has it come to an end? Is it time to say, look, stop with the superstitions. It's not about playing in there. It's about not having a better team.
You see Deion Sanders this morning?
I know. He had me laughing, and I was almost in tears. Unless he said something else. What'd you hear? Because I was laughing about what happened yesterday.
Talking about how he wants to talk to them 12s. He says, I got to talk to the 12s. Because they've lost 3 games there this year. Right? I've literally seen on Twitter today multiple instances of Seahawks fans saying, well, we're better on the road anyways. So what if we
I've heard that too.
Are you telling me you want to go on the road to playoffs?
Oh, Hawks fans, stop it. You know, and this is the thing. They've become shameless in the last few weeks. And this is going to go to the next level. Now we're talking about the 12th thing doesn't mean anything anymore. We're better on the road. And actually, you know, it's really funny. Alex, they are better on the road. Their record on the road is better than it is home.
Yes, but look, there's no denying. I've been in that building for multiple sporting events. I've been to football games. I've been to soccer games with 60,000 people in there. It's loud. The way it's designed, it's definitely loud. Props to their fans during their height. These people were probably leaving with no voice after most games. That's fine. But you know what? You had pretty damn good teams.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden when you're hurt and you're a little exposed, and this is what Deion was talking about today. He's like, where were the 12s? I thought the 12s would will these guys the victory. And y'all got stomped by the Cardinals.
Oh, God. And I mean, the thing is, and we got Kyler Murray standing on the sidelines in the second half. You got Hundley out there, who's on, his third or fourth team. And he's out there, almost ran a touchdown. And here's the thing, though, Alex. You know, the Seahawks are famous. I don't know how Pete Carroll does it, but they can go out and find people that are working at sporting goods stores, meat markets. Maybe
George Fant, famously, right, hadn't played football since high school.
You know,
comes in, plays left tackle for him.
You know, so I'm looking for them to come up with one of those weird surprises come this weekend. Too. So
I'll be fair and I'll be honest with them. Even though I do truly believe, I'm not just saying this as a fan that's trying to crap sunshine right now. We are the better team.
Yes.
We should beat them, and we should beat them relatively easy. That said, they do still have Russell Wilson, and quite frankly, they've burned through all of their running backs. They're on I don't even remember the guy's name. They're on some 4th-string running back.
They're going Homer. I know his last name's Homer.
Yeah, good, perfect for the 12s, homers. So and they talking about bringing in Marshawn Lynch, C.J. Anderson, all these people. In a way, you got to worry that if the run game's not there, Pete Carroll will actually stop trying to force. They had a 3rd and 3, I think it was yesterday, where they tried to run the ball instead of putting the ball in the hands of their MVP caliber quarterback to get the first down. So, in a way, them not having a running game is the one thing that concerns me. If they let Russell Wilson cut it loose, that could be, a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah.
So we got to find our pass rush.
Yeah.
Defensive backs got to stand up. Freddie Warner out of nowhere. This guy is playing lights out. So his coverage skills are going to help a lot there if that does happen.
Yeah.
So I think we got the pieces, but guys are going to have to step up. We can't fall into this, when the Falcons game, when people talk about a trap game and stuff, I never really loved that term.
Yeah, no.
But how many guys I heard after the game saying, I wish we had more juice. I wish we came out with more energy and more fight and all this stuff. I don't think that's going to happen again.
No.
I think that I think I saw someone, they were talking about this happened to a Bill Walsh 49ers team. Was it 84 or 85? I can't remember the year.
It had to be a little, because they were all pumped up before that. So a little after that, maybe.
And they got embarrassed by a bad team, and then they came out and they didn't lose again, and they started socking fools in the mouth. Yeah. That's what this 49ers team has to do. Don't let yourself get embarrassed. Come out, play your game. All you got to do is be you, I think we got it.
You know what? Rest assured, they're going to come out with the urgency this time. They may have not, and even though they won't admit to it, they did not have urgency when they played the Falcons. That's one of the boringest games I've watched all season from them. They're going to come out, and there's so much incentive, Alex. They get to rest. The 49ers haven't had a break since week 3. They're going to come out and they're going to say, you guys, the only thing between us and a vacation, you're dead meat. We're coming after you with everything we got. Right. Guys, and don't take it personally, but this game's going to be over quick. You know, I can see their mindset now is going to be just that. Because when you get the 49ers in this situation, we've not seen them in this situation before, not this particular team. I got a feeling it's going to get nasty down there. And here's another thing. Marshawn Lynch and any other running back they got, the reason why Prozac and all those guys are out is because of that offensive line. I think Lynch left Seattle because of that offensive line. You're going to get hurt. Shape. Yeah, so that's why.
I mean, they're going to be without Dwayne Brown. We already know that.
See, that's not
Potty,
good.
I believe, came back in the game yesterday, but he's dinged up.
Yeah.
Yep. And George Fant is, again, I mean, he's, I guess, this depth piece that they have. He's not going to come in and be their savior. I think that you're absolutely right there. And what are you going to do with this? I mean, I don't even know if Russell can pull out too much magic out of his bag with that offensive line in the state it is in right now. Yeah. So our boys just got to do their job, man.
But you know what I'd rather see him do? Like, you mentioned Russell, and yes, he is a very dangerous individual. But what you do is you allow Marshawn Lynch or whomever they're going to have running, the 49ers just sit back and let that guy, let him bust a run. Let him have about 10, 12 yards in that first carry. Go ahead. Give him the false sense of believing they're going to be able to run on the 49ers and keep that ball, keep Rusty thinking, well, I could do this. Do it a couple of times and then close the door on him suddenly.
Right.
And
I don't think Carroll will be able to help himself because if they hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch on the first play and he busts a 12-yard run, first of all, that building's going to go absolutely bananas.
Yes.
And then I don't think Pete Carroll will be able to help himself. He'll keep trying to do. And look, I know he's not the offensive coordinator, but he's got his fingerprints all over this team.
And he'll instruct,
right? And so yeah. So I look. All I know is, like I said, this guy right here. I'm gonna celebrate this guy right now. Okay.
He's become Stone Cold Alex. He's gonna get it done. And unlike Stone Cold, you didn't get beverage all over the street and floor and everything.
I feel like it's all in my beard, but it's kind of short right now, so it's not so bad. That is the bottom line, Ronbo.
Yeah, and that's why I think Alex, give me a score and where are you going to be on this? As far as the scores, is this going to be a bloodbath? Is this going to be another close one like we like to do? Or is this going to be a game where we sort of like stick Nick Mullins in the midway through the fourth quarter?
Boy, I have a hard time seeing a scenario where we are putting in backups in the fourth. My goodness, could you imagine?
Oh,
I can't dance, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be dancing if that happens. I'll get video of it and I'll send you just for proof.
We're going to want it too.
I don't think we're going to go up there and necessarily
run them out.
Yeah. Run them out by 20 points. Is it possible? Absolutely, yes. I mean, we saw what the Cardinals just did to them this week. Yeah. I think we're a better team than the Cardinals. But I will say it's probably going to be a relatively low-scoring game again because I think that we will get control. We'll be ahead. We'll start to run the ball, start to kill clock. So I will go 28-17 Niners.
Somewhat of a game, yeah. Because
in striking distance for them, but I don't think they'll ever. When we look at it, I don't think that we will have been too concerned.
Yeah. Because
of course means it's going to be close.
Yeah. The thing is, I got a feeling, and Shanahan, he seems to be holding back for something else other than what we're going to say. I think, like in New Orleans, I think he comes in and does a few things that Pete Carroll's going to be sitting there saying, with the gum, you know what's down Pete's concern is the jaw stops working the gum, and he's sort of staring there, and the cameraman locks in on him. I think we're going to see a lot of those looks from Pete Carroll this week.
Jaw froze. What happened, Pete?
And hey, Alex, I don't know if you've been around Hawks fans. You're probably hearing them. I saw a couple of hashtags. Fire Pete Carroll. Now, are they starting to blame Pete already? I mean, 11,
I don't know about that.
12 and 3, or 12 and 4.
To keep the company of non-idiot Seahawks fans. I don't know that I've seen anyone say to fire Pete Carroll, but I would say a lot of Seahawks fans are not necessarily opposed to moving a different direction. They feel he's tried to force this run team identity, and they're wasting the peak of Russell Wilson's career as a passer. Yeah. A lot of Hawks fans that I know will tell you, I guess we're glad Pete Carroll's our coach. He's a good coach, but he's kind of a cheese dick, and we don't, he don't really love him too much as a person, and kind of, they kind of beat around the bush when they're talking about it.
The dots are starting to connect there, yeah.
Yeah, it's this weird thing where I feel like they could change their opinion on a dime, I guess. And if they're going well, they'll be behind him. But I feel like that given the opportunity, they'll be happy to just push him over the edge if they get that opportunity. But the other thing is, to me, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
there's not a whole lot of good coaching candidates coming into the NFL right now.
Absolutely, you could have a guy like Kitchens. Alex, I got to tell you the truth. If I were going to call Coach of the Year, if Pete Carroll pulls off 12-4 with the team he's got, Russell Wilson is one thing, but look at the pieces around him. Now, some of those guys are suspect, and they're getting it done. Even though they're getting it done in probably sloppy fashion sometimes, and they're escaping with a lot of luck. Jesus Christ, they've got 12 wins. Who'd have thought? So, I give him credit.
Yeah, but F Pete Carroll. That's all I know. Coach of the Year is Kyle Shanahan.
And that, without saying Kyle Shanahan, and maybe the Buffalo coach,
right.
There may be a couple others, but I think that, to be fair, my God, Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll have taken that team this far, and mostly on enthusiasm. And Pete Carroll, hey, why not us? Come on, let's go. And they would somehow get it done. Okay, anyway. But,
I think it'd be crazy to get rid of him, but hey, I hope they do it.
And it'll be fun because they'll become vulnerable then. I really do think so, because there's some kind of mystique going on between Carroll and Wilson. So, because Carroll's willing to let go of everybody on the team. He lets Sherman go. He's got this guy. You get out. Say goodbye, Marshawn. We could have, we'll be fine without you. And I'll be go to hell. They have them. So anyway,
you didn't give me your score. What's your score?
I see the 49ers going in there, and I really think they're going to go in with a rampaging run on this. The 49ers, let's see, four touchdowns. No, let me give them 5 touchdowns, because they're going to go all out on this. So that's 7 times. That's 35. I see 38. Robbie Gould's not going to be on the field, but maybe once. 38. I got 38-17. That's their magic number when they're doing what they're supposed to do. And I'm looking at what happened with the Cardinals, what they did by stifling that team. I think the 49ers can equal that. So I'm pretty sure I'm looking at that. We'll see what happens, though, I guess.
Hey. I feel pretty good about it, man. Look, it's the NFL. You never know.
Yeah,
you still got to go into the Lions' den. Still got to beat little Russie.
Yeah. You know what? And also, after going in to the Dome and Nolans and doing what they did, I don't know if they're going to come in. I still wonder if Kyle's going to open up his playbook like he did in New Orleans. Maybe he might not. Maybe not. He doesn't think it's necessary.
Seattle's pass D sucks. Do it.
So we'll see.
Their defense is booty.
Let's call it a day. Go and have a couple more of those beers and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bam. 3, 2, 1. Go Niners! Woo! He had the Ric Flair touch. That ties it all together. Thanks, Big Alex. And stay tough and up. Seattle Niners faithful. You guys call yourself Seattle's Niners faithful. I've always been concerned about that. And Alex, you know how much I love you, man. But how come you guys don't call yourself Niners faithful Seattle? It's confusing. Look at me. You know I like to mess with you, Alex. You call yourselves anyway. Anything you want, we're still gonna love you. Fam, I'll tell you what. I just gave my score. I ain't changing on it. I was gonna give you my prediction. MC.
It's either them or us.
Yes, indeed.
It's looking almost unanimous at the Vegas houses.
What, yeah?
Niners by 3.5.
Oh.
I'ma lay $1,000 on this one.
Whoa.
The Hawks gonna have to do more than beast mode me out of this one. And my treat Monday night.
Really?
And I'm gone.
Whoa. MC is the miser's miser. The dude don't be treating nobody. I mean, he must be really feeling really good about this game. All right, here's the thing. 38 points. I see the 49ers doing that. The Cardinals got 27 with Kyler Murray sitting down on the bench, and Brett Hundley comes in and he gets him some. They don't have a way to stop the 49ers offensive machine. They just don't. I don't see no shootout coming up either. I'm not learning a thing. I've done this how many times this year? Call the 49ers to come in and just beat a team up, and we slid on out the door. It was only with the Cardinals. And the Cardinals may have been underrated this whole time. Granted, I did not see the Atlanta Falcons coming. You notice I didn't say nothing about Baltimore, did I? I was scared of Baltimore. I'm still scared of Baltimore. We get the Super Bowl, we're gonna have it figured out, and we're gonna have most of our defense will be back, so I think we'll be okay. Maybe even DJ Jones will return if we get all the way to the Super Bowl. And you already heard the rumor about, Quan. They can't bring both guys back off of the IR though, so it'll be either they'll make a choice between Quan and DJ, and the intelligent move would be to bring DJ back, because Quan, let him heal up, don't take any chance on him. And then you solidify that middle by putting DJ Jones in there and having both Julian Taylor and Sheldon Day back him up, and we're more solid defense that way. And you've also got, because the more defensive linemen we can get back in there, the better. And you've also got D Ford. He's got to get back. He's not on IR, but still, we got to have them all for that rotation to get fresh and strong again, and we can continue to dominate. Bam! I'm gonna get your score, as we always do in the weekend. And I'll see you then. Fam, please share the fun we have being Niner fans with everybody you know. Subscribe, and I can't wait to talk to you in just a little while. Happy holidays. Oh, I know you did. See you shortly. And we'll talk about that as well. Niner!
To the ball, boy, I got them hands like Debo, ayy, coming at your throat like default.